Somewhere far out in the open ocean, beyond the sight of land, a different world exists. Raw, powerful, and unforgiving. This is the deep blue, where the biggest fish on the planet roam free, and only the most skilled crews dare to follow them. Today, we're aboard a professional billfish hunting vessel, a ship built for one purpose: to find and catch the giants of the sea. Billfish, marlin, sailfish, swordfish are among the most powerful, fastest, and most spectacular creatures in the ocean. They can reach speeds of over 60 miles per hour, leap 20 feet out of the water, and fight for hours before giving up. Catching one is not just fishing, it's a battle. A test of strength, skill, and patience between man and one of nature's most magnificent creatures. Our crew has been at sea for 3 days already. They haven't slept much. But today could be the day. Captain Rick has spent 25 years hunting billfish in these waters. He knows every current, every temperature break, every sign that the giants are near. Using the latest sonar technology, fish finding equipment, and decades of experience, the crew begins their search in the deep blue. This is Ocean Battle, the story of catching giant billfish from the open sea. Let's go. Every successful billfish hunt begins hours before the first line hits the water. Preparation is everything. The crew suits up in full ocean gear. Out here, conditions can change in minutes. You always have to be ready for anything. A fighting harness is essential for billfish. When a 500-pound marlin runs, the force on your body is unbelievable. This harness is the only thing keeping you in the fight. Before anything goes in the water, every single piece of equipment is inspected. One weak link, one frayed line, and a trophy fish is gone forever. The fishing line used for billfish is heavy, 200 to 400-pound test monofilament or braided line. Even still, a big marlin can snap it if you're not careful. These big game reels hold over a mile of line. When a billfish takes off, you're going to need every single yard of it. The leader, the wire or heavy line connecting the hook to the main line, is critical. A marlin's bill can cut through regular line like a knife. Steel wire is the only answer. Billfish are hunters. They eat other fish, big ones. Mackerel, bonito, and squid are among the top baits. The presentation has to look natural and alive in the water. Rigging live or dead bait for billfish is an art form. The bait has to swim naturally in the water. Any unnatural movement and the fish will refuse it. The crew also prepares artificial lures, specially designed to create splash, noise, and color patterns that attract billfish from hundreds of yards away. The captain studies the ocean temperature charts and current maps. Billfish like warm, blue water. Finding the right temperature break can make all the difference. Today there's a warm water eddy about 12 miles north. Water temperature is 82 degrees, perfect conditions. The captain sets the course. The ship reaches the target area. Engines drop to trolling speed, about 7 to 9 knots. It's time to set the lines. The first bait goes in, a whole mackerel, perfectly rigged, swimming in the white water of the ship's wake. The hunt has officially begun. A professional billfish spread typically uses 5 to 8 lines, each placed at a different distance and position behind the boat to cover the widest possible area. Outriggers extend the spread wider, getting the outer baits far from the noise and turbulence of the engines, into clean water where cautious fish feel safe to bite. When a fish strikes an outrigger bait, the line releases from the clip, creating a sudden free drop that triggers the fish to swallow the bait before the hook sets. Beneath the surface, those lures are dancing, vibrating, flashing, creating a commotion that mimics a school of panicked baitfish. It's irresistible to a hungry billfish. From above, the trolling spread looks like a perfect formation, each bait in its precise position, working together to create the illusion of a feeding school. While the lines are out, the crew watches, always watching. A frigate bird diving, a splash in the distance, a dark shadow under the surface. Any sign of life could mean billfish. Experienced anglers can spot a billfish following a lure from 50 feet away, a dark torpedo shape, moving fast, closing in on the bait. There's a unique tension in this moment. Lines in the water, baits swimming, the whole crew waiting. This is the heartbeat of big game fishing. The rod tips tell a story. A steady bounce means everything is normal. A sudden violent jerk? That means a fish. Every crew member's eyes never leave those tips. The reels are set on a light drag, just enough resistance to keep the bait swimming naturally, but loose enough that a striking fish can take line without feeling resistance. Everything is set. The stage is prepared. Now comes the part that separates great fishermen from the rest: patience. The ocean reveals its secrets on its own schedule. Hours pass. The ship covers mile after mile of open ocean. The crew rotates positions, stays hydrated, keeps their eyes sharp. Patience is a skill as important as any other. Polarized sunglasses are essential. They cut through the surface glare and let you see down into the water, spotting the dark shapes of fish that others would miss entirely. The captain spots a color change in the water, a line where deep blue meets greenish water. This is a temperature break, and billfish often patrol right along these edges. Flying fish, always a good sign. Where there are flying fish, predators are usually close behind. The crew's attention sharpens immediately. Frigate birds don't dive for fish themselves, they steal from other birds. When you see frigates working, there's a feeding frenzy happening below them. That means big predators are pushing bait to the surface. The fish finder suddenly lights up, large returns showing on the screen about 80 feet down. Something big is down there, and it's moving toward the surface. Below the surface, the drama is already unfolding. A pack of billfish herding baitfish upward, a hunting technique that's as calculated as any predator on land. Fish! A massive blue marlin slashes through the spread, its bill cutting through the water like a sword, targeting the lures with terrifying precision. In an instant, the entire mood on the ship changes. The wait is over. The battle is about to begin. Strike! The reel screams, line peeling off at 60 miles per hour. The sound of a big game reel in a full run is unlike anything else in the world of fishing. The angler grabs the rod. The raw power of the fish transfers immediately up through the line, the rod, into their hands. It's like holding onto a freight train. The fighting chair, a specialized rotating seat bolted to the stern, is critical for battling large billfish. Without it, a 500-pound marlin would simply drag an angler overboard. And there it is, the moment every billfish angler lives for. The fish greyhounds, launching itself completely out of the water in a spectacular aerial display. Blue marlin are the apex predators of the open ocean. This one looks to be over 400 pounds, a monster by any standard. And it is furious. The fish is running, 200 yards of line gone in seconds. The drag is set perfectly. The captain is now as much in the fight as the angler, steering the boat to keep the fish at the best angle, never letting it get too far or change direction without a response. The technique for fighting a big billfish is pump and wind. Lift the rod tip to gain line, reel quickly as you drop it back down. Repeat, over and over, for hours if necessary. The angler's hands are burning. Their back is screaming. But there is no stopping. Give this fish an inch and it takes a mile. From above, you can see the incredible speed of the fish. It's pulling the boat sideways despite the engines fighting back. This is what 400 pounds of pure ocean muscle looks like. Fish to walk, back and back, walk once. Billfish fishing is a team sport. While the angler fights, corrects the captain, cleared as other lines, the marlin tail walks, standing on its tail and literally running across the surface of the water. It's one of the most breathtaking sights in all of ocean fishing. 30 minutes into the fight and the fish has settled into the deep, pulling straight down, using its weight and the current to resist being brought up. This is where the real battle begins. At this stage, it's a war of attrition. The fish wants to go down, the angler needs to bring it up. Water, salt tabs, you got this. Thanks, line's tight. Keep it steady, you're doing great. The crew takes care of the outlet encouragement. The fighting chair gimbal lets the angler swivel freely with the fish, keeping the rod angle optimal regardless of which direction the marlin runs. Without this, the fight would be impossible. Suddenly, the fish turns and runs directly at the boat, the worst move possible. The angler must wind as fast as humanly possible to keep the line tight. Slack line means a lost fish. Winding at maximum speed, hands moving in a blur, praying the fish doesn't jump and throw the hook in this critical moment of slack. The marlin erupts out of the water right behind the boat. Massive, close, terrifying. The size of this fish up close takes everyone's breath away. The fish sounds again, going deep and fast. The fight resets. 1 hour in now, and both fish and angler are showing fatigue, but neither is giving up. The fish has taken over 400 yards of line. The angler has gained it back twice. The back and forth continues. This is the essence of big game fishing. Two living creatures testing their limits.
Watch their bad side, steady trying reads. I can't advise rev.
The captain's role is to be every possible advantage, cutting off the fish's escape routes. Signs of fatigue. The fish's tail breaks the surface, a sign it's struggling to stay deep. After 90 minutes of battle, the tide is beginning to turn. The line angle changes, from pointing back to pointing straight down. The fish is circling beneath the boat now, the classic final stage of a billfish fight. The end is near. Line is coming back on the reel now, steadily, carefully. Don't rush, don't lose your rhythm. Angler knows this is the most dangerous phase. A tired fish can still make a desperate run. And there it is. The marlin appears behind the boat, just below the surface. The entire crew falls silent for a moment. The size of it is breathtaking. Up close, the scale of this fish is humbling. Over 400 pounds of pure, evolved predator, built perfectly for the open ocean. It's impossible not to feel respect. The wireman steps in, the most dangerous job on deck. They must grab the steel leader wire by hand and control the fish for the final approach. No gloves can fully protect against a fighting marlin. The fish explodes in a final run, one last desperate surge for freedom. The wireman releases immediately. Holding on would be catastrophic. The fight continues. The angler holds on through the final run, burning every last reserve of strength. 2 hours into this fight, they are running on pure will. The fish is closer now, nearly done. The fish comes back to the boat, exhausted, beaten, but still alive. This is the moment of decision, and this crew has already made it. Hook removal is fast and careful. Pliers slide the hook free with minimal damage. Every second this fish is out of the water or restrained counts. The angler reaches over and lays a hand on the fish. A brief moment of connection between fighter and prey. An acknowledgement of respect. This fish earned its freedom today. The crew revives the fish, moving it gently forward and back through the water, forcing oxygenated water through its gills, waiting for the fish to show strength. And then, it's gone. The tail disappears into the blue. Released, free, to grow even larger, to fight another day. This is the spirit of modern big game fishing. The deck erupts, 2 hours and 20 minutes of battle, and a perfect release. Every person on this boat gave everything they had, and the ocean rewarded them with an experience they'll carry forever. This is why people spend their lives chasing billfish. Not for meat, not for trophies, for moments exactly like this one. There's no time to rest out here. Lines go back in, the ocean doesn't give you a break, and neither does a professional crew. The hunt continues. Within the hour, a sailfish appears behind one of the flat lines, dorsal sail fully raised and blazing blue, tracking the lure with laser focus. A different species, a different kind of battle. Sailfish are the acrobats of the billfish world, jumping 20, 30 times in a single fight, tail walking, cartwheeling. They may not be the biggest, but they put on the most spectacular show. A new angler steps in, fresh arms, fresh energy. On a professional billfish boat, multiple anglers rotate through. Today, everyone gets their chance.
Wow, this is intense.
5 jumps, 6, 7. The sailfish is airborne more than it's in the water. A performance of pure athletic brilliance that even the most seasoned crew stops to admire. The Pacific sailfish's dorsal fin is one of the most stunning sights in the ocean. A massive cobalt blue sail that can fold flat when swimming fast or raise fully when threatening or excited. Every person on deck has a role, and when it works, when everyone does their job, it is beautiful to watch. The sailfish comes boat side, still blazing with color, still fighting. Even exhausted, it is magnificent. Release. The sailfish vanishes in a fraction of a second, from beaten to gone in the blink of an eye. That's the speed of these fish. Extraordinary to the very last moment. 2 fish, 2 releases, and the day isn't over yet. The crew resets with renewed energy. The best fishing days have a rhythm, and this one is definitely building. The golden hours of the afternoon. Some captains call these the magic hours. The light changes, the temperature drops slightly, and often the biggest fish of the day come up to feed.
Temperature on the surface dropped 2 degrees in the last hour. Classic afternoon viscosity, more active now, more aggressive, more hungry.
As evening approaches, the captain makes a decision. They're going deep. Daytime sword fishing, dropping baits 1,500 feet into the darkness where monster broadbill swordfish patrol. Daytime sword fishing requires specialized electric reels capable of pulling hundreds of pounds of line from 1,500 feet. The bait goes down with a light stick, attracting swordfish in the dark depths. Down it goes, past 500 feet, past 1,000 feet, into the cold, dark, lightless world where broadbill swordfish spend their days before rising to feed at night. At this depth, bites are transmitted as subtle movements in the rod tip. The crew watches for any change, any twitch or bounce that suggests something massive has found the bait 1,500 feet below.
The rod loads. Find it. Tack. Something enormous is down there.
The electric reel screams to life, but even at maximum speed, it takes several minutes to retrieve line from that depth. The fish is on. Now the question is, how big? 1,200 feet. The fish is still on, not running, not jumping, just dead weight from the deep. Swordfish don't fight like Marlin, they fight like submarines. The swordfish surfaces, the crew is silent. This fish is over 300 pounds, a giant broadbill, a creature from the deep, brought to the surface for the first and possibly only time in its life. Unlike the round bill of a marlin, the swordfish's bill is flat, a true broadsword. It uses it to slash through schools of fish, stunning them before circling back to eat the dead and wounded. Unlike the billfish, this swordfish is destined for the table. Swordfish is one of the most prized food fish in the world. The crew works carefully and respectfully to secure it. 4 crew members heave the swordfish aboard, 300 pounds of deep ocean predator. This is the payoff, the fish that will feed dozens of people and justify the cost of this entire expedition. The crew gathers around in silence for a moment. This is what it's all about. A premium fish, harvested sustainably from clean, deep water. It will be extraordinary on the plate. Once a fish is aboard and designated for harvest, the clock starts. Rapid, careful processing is critical. The quality of swordfish degrades quickly. The crew moves with practiced efficiency. The first step is bleeding, immediately cutting the gill arches to drain blood from the flesh. Blood left in the meat turns it dark and affects flavor. Speed here is essential. Professional fish processing is a skill developed over years. Every cut has a purpose. Nothing is wasted. The crew works in choreographed sequence, each person knowing exactly their role. Ice, clean, fresh, crushed ice, goes on immediately. The target is to bring the core fish temperature down to 32 degrees as fast as possible. This locks in freshness. The processed swordfish is packed in ice, sealed, and moved to the refrigerated hold. From ocean to hold in under 20 minutes, this is the standard that produces premium quality fish. The hold tells the story of the day. Carefully processed, perfectly iced fish. This catch will reach restaurants and fishmongers within 24 hours of the ship docking, as fresh as it gets. Every fish is logged: species, weight, GPS coordinates of capture, water depth, time. This data feeds into sustainability databases that help monitor billfish populations. Responsible harvesting starts with accurate records. The processing area is cleaned immediately, sanitized, and ready for the next fish. Out here, cleanliness isn't just about quality, it's about safety. On a working fishing vessel, hygiene is non-negotiable. Life aboard a fishing vessel is relentless. Between fish, you eat quickly, hydrate, stretch your muscles, and prepare for the next battle. Rest is a luxury. The ocean doesn't stop. As the sun drops toward the horizon, the crew finally allows themselves a moment to breathe. What a day it has been. 2 marlin, a sailfish, and a monster swordfish. The captain watches the sunset from the bridge, a ritual he's performed thousands of times. Days like today, he says quietly, remind you why you chose this life.
To another day on the water, boys. Wouldn't trade it. Best family. Damn right. We've earned this. Here's to the next haul.
The ocean at sunset is one of the most humbling sights on Earth. Out here, 50 miles from land, under a sky full of stars, you understand how small we are, and how vast and alive this planet truly is. These hands tell today's story. Every blister, every bruise, earned through honest battle with one of the ocean's greatest creatures. No trophy could mean more than these marks. From above, the ship is just a speck on an infinite ocean. But from the deck, everything that happened today feels enormous. That is the magic of the sea. It makes you feel both small and alive. The captain sets a course for home, a 6-hour run back to port through the night. Lines are in, hold is full, crew is exhausted. A successful expedition by every measure. The ocean at night has its own magic. Bioluminescent plankton lighting up the wake like blue fire, stars above mirrored in the dark water below. The sea never stops being beautiful. Night watch. One crew member awake at all times, monitoring the autopilot, watching for shipping traffic, keeping the vessel safe through the dark hours. The work never truly stops. Dawn at the dock. The ship eases in, lines are thrown, and the harbor comes alive. Word travels fast in a fishing port. The crew had a big day out there. Premium swordfish, caught in deep, clean water, processed immediately and perfectly iced, has flesh the color of fresh snow. This one will go to top restaurants within hours. The captain makes his way down the line. A handshake for every crew member, looking each one in the eye. Out here, respect is earned one fish at a time. Out there, somewhere beyond the horizon, the marlin and sailfish swim free. The ocean is already preparing its next challenge, its next giant, its next battle. And this crew will be back.